Hi guys, it's Editor Bo here, not to be confused with co-host Bo. They're completely different people. Going to throw you back into the second part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episode that you've been waiting for. But real quick, I'm going to give you Joe's Kick of the Week. This week it's Noirlatep 2, More Tales of Lovecraftian Crime. I hope I said that title right. It's the second anthology installment of Lovecraftian crime fiction. So if you're a fan of crime noir and Lovecraftian horror, this might be right up your alley. You'll have till September 5th. Get over there and pick yourself up a nice copy if that interests you. And that said, on with the second part of our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle episode, where Dustin was fixing to pose a question to all the guests.
I'm Dustin, Prince of Aphotic Realm, and this is Bo, my indie author friend.
Fabulous powers will be revealed to you the day we hold aloft our mics and say,
I have the geekdom! Geek-Men and the masters of the Thunder Nerds! Thunder Nerds! Ho!
Well, speaking of all the different things that we've had to choose from, what is your favorite one across all the known universe of all the different turtle things? What is it that you go back to the most often to rewatch?
You talking like TV movie adaptation or favorite turtle?
No, first just favorite TV, comic, whatever property. Like, what's your favorite out of all of them? Is it the so we'll start with, whoever's ready can just jump in, but we'll start with, like, is it, the original Mirage stuff? Is it the original 80s cartoon? Is it the original movies? Or is it the, what's your favorite either movie or franchise throughout history?
It's really hard not to love them. It's just the art style, and you could tell how much fun they were having making the comic just by looking at the artwork. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they were just like, let's just do this. And there's this one panel. I don't. Hopefully everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Hopefully we can find it so we can leave it in the comments in the description.
It's one where they've made the initial jump to another planet and everything. Another dimension, and they're being chased by all these I don't know what you would just dimensional police, I guess, from that location, and everybody's they're having to steer the space car, and everybody's going crazy and like, oh, watch out and all this stuff. And if you look at the panel, everybody is freaking out except for Mikey, who has the biggest smile on his face. Like he's having an absolute blast. And I was
That's
like,
my
right
boy.
there.
That's my boy.
Right there. That sums up this. I was like, that's it. I love this. I love all this.
They did that in the 2012 cartoon too. They went to like Dimension X where everything literally is backwards. If you want to go forward and you think you want to go forward, you'll actually go sideways. Yeah. And so Mikey was the only one that could fully function in this universe awesome. Because it was literally the best. Like, because he never had anything in his head. Like, he was just, it was awesome.
I relate to that so much too.
Yeah.
It's like Mikey's my spirit animal for sure.
I thought that was great.
Yeah, they did that in the 2003 version with Battle Nexus. Mikey beat Raph in one of the episodes for the tournament, and I was like, "Wow, bro!" I mean, Raph's my boy, but I was just like, "I love where this went because it's unexpected."
Yeah.
I guess if I had a favorite version, like if I had to get rid of every other version and only keep one, I would probably go with the Mirage comics, but it's really fighting with me right now with the IDW comics.
Yeah, I was going to say, those are really good.
So well written. But there's just like versions of certain characters I don't like as much as the originals. Mm-hmm. Rat King, for example. I like what he does in the new comics, but I like the way he looked and his sort of more of his insanity in the original comics. But yeah, I don't know. The 2012 cartoon also. I mean, what's crazy is like, you know, my favorite versions are kind of like the newer ones. And,
yeah.
I mean, not movie wise, the 1990 movie. That's my baby's that 90 movie.
Yeah.
But,
oh yeah.
I mean, it followed the comics, a lot of the comics really closely, which was amazing. I didn't know that at the time, but now, you know.
Same. That Casey Jones rat fight is almost word for word.
Yes.
Out of the comics. So
great.
I love
Good
it.
Stuff.
What about you?
I mean, I guess if I had to pick, this is tough. I mean, because you could break down which comics do you like, which cartoon do you like, I mean, which CGI, which movie do you like? Yeah. I really like, and I hate to say, I really like the IDW. I think it's awesome with that reincarnation, newer version, extra spice. But like Jeremy said, like I remember the Rat King in the original comics, he was a big, bulky, ugly, dirty looking dude, but he was dark and he was crazy. He was kind of like their Joker. Like that dude was no joke, no pun.
Yeah.
And,
but like some things that they are bringing out of this IDW series, like the new the Mutanimals and some of the stuff that they're actually pulling from that and sticking in that 2012 guess cartoon, you can call it, is awesome. But a lot has been stemming from this newer version because I think it's Eastman's got a lot of say into this, and he's even throwing out some like alternative covers which are in that old. He was a big fan of the Ronin comics, which are that deep, dark. You guys know, with that black etching and the shadowing on the characters, which I love. So I think like they're doing cool stuff with it, and I love the crossover stuff. I love the Batman. I really love the Ghostbusters. Like that stuff is really cool that we didn't get from the original, and I hate myself for saying that I don't love the original as much.
It kind of hurts your heart.
It's so hard. It does, dude. I want to cry.
You want to go back to your like childhood self and go, listen, dude, I'm really sorry, but I'm about to betray you in the future.
Hit spot in the nuts.
That's pretty much spot on.
But it pulls so much from the original. I'm almost like, I'm not really a traitor.
Yeah, I mean,
even though the original City at War is no comparison.
Oh yeah.
So if you want to do that, that's how I fall. I'm torn.
Yeah, it's hard to choose.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's if you could break it down infinite, like into infinite parts, you could pick, like, you know, I like this Raph from this series or this Mikey from this series.
Yeah.
You know, and like form the ultimate team. Like that might be kind of cool to do. Well, okay, so I guess I don't know. What about you, Bo? Favorite team? Form a team from all the different franchises. Your favorite from a different franchise. You pick one turtle from each franchise and form the most optimal, like.
See, here's the thing. I don't know if I could give a fair response because I'm not as I'm big turtle fan, but I'm not as nuanced as everyone else at the table. And
that's all right. We still love you, bro. Go ahead.
Well, that's fair.
Thank you.
We'll pick it apart here in a minute. No, I'm just playing.
But I mean, I can tell you, maybe you could help me out. I always loved. I like Donnie when he's always just very helpful and he wants to keep everybody together, and he's the go-to guy for when you need something done. And he's the one who he's like the little brother that wants everybody to stop fighting. That's always loved Donnie that way. You know, a lot of them. I gotta admit, the TMNT CG movie, I like that dynamic. I think that was the best illustrated version for me of Raph
I think
and
that
Leo.
Gets
2007
underrated.
version.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
underrated. Pretty underrated.
It was a great battle between Raph and Leo. We've never
Exactly.
got to see it animated. So
I love to
for
see
sure.
that. Yeah, I love seeing that come to a head. That I was like, finally, after all these years, they just could slug it out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's great.
And then afterwards, Raph feels so bad you
Of
know,
course he
he
does,
actually
yeah.
like, you know,
He
has to
kicked
go,
Leo's
oh my
ass.
God. Yeah. And then he's like, oh no, what did I do? Type of thing. Like, no, that's my brother. You know, I gotta help him. And
Yeah.
Right, which is the side of Raph you don't get to see.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
he loves beating the hell out of people. He don't have a problem with that at all.
Yeah, Raph
So I
always
like
has
that.
that problem of feeling he feels inadequate. You can tell that's his thing. He overcompensates by just pushing himself to the limit all times, and he really fuels that fire and that hate, that that anger. Is just a complete badass at what he does, but that really cost him a lot, and he thinks he doesn't like people in his face challenging him in what he thinks.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to it, he loves his brothers. He just has a hard time admitting it.
Well, that was one of the things that I liked about the new the Michael Bay one, is like when they're falling off that tower, it just gets real close up on him, and he's just like pouring out his heart, thinking he's gonna die. I don't tell you guys this enough, but I love you. Oh gosh, blah blah blah. And then it's just like, okay, you can get down off the thing now.
That was solid.
yeah, that I will say with those newer movies, they really they got the personality of the turtles pretty well.
Yes.
And there was a good amount
sure.
of like heart in there and stuff, regardless of their big hulking size and their ugliness. But I mean, there was some good stuff in there. But man,
yeah, for sure.
Picking your favorite turtle from each. Picking your 4 favorites out of different versions is really, really hard to do.
Yeah.
If I had to choose my Leo, though, I think I might go with like the Mirage comics. It's very similar to 2003 as well, because I followed the comics pretty well. Laird had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
But he's very, he's not kind of a lame-o doofus. He's really strong, and he's someone that you kind of like admire and you want to lead you, because he's the right guy.
Yeah.
You know that he's going to lead you down the right path, and if he messes up, he's going to take it really personal, and he looks out for his brothers.
Yes.
And you could say that that's true for most of the versions of Leo anyway, but that one's more like he's willing to slice off the Shredder's head to, keep everything straight. So
yeah.
Raph, that's a hard one too, man.
No, it's not. They're all good.
I know. Well, you got the wisecracking Raph from the original cartoon, and that's more like, I know they had to do that because of kids and stuff like that, but at the time, maybe that was kind of funny. But when you found out that he's actually supposed to be kind of this angry dude who, just has a little bit, some issues, I think the first movie kind of portrayed that pretty well.
Absolutely.
Where they, he's got these anger issues, and he knows it's not right, and he does love his brothers, but the thing is, he's just very passionate, and he, regardless of whether he's happy about something or angry about something, he's willing to joke around a little bit, and that's probably got to be my favorite one. God, Mikey.
There you go.
Mikey's my favorite turtle, and I like the surfer dude aspect of the 80s, but I'd have to say it might be like the IDW Mikey, because he's goofy and fun, but he really takes it personal when people are going, doing the wrong thing, and because he's got a lot of heart, and I know that's kind of been across the board. He's got a lot of heart, but Mirage Comics too. I mean, eventually they kind of fleshed him out to, he can actually kick some ass too. But
exactly.
But I mean, IDW. I mean, it just like he stopped hanging out because he thought what Splinter was doing was wrong. Like he didn't think he was going the right way about stuff, and he's like, "Listen."
Alert.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you haven't read it by now, I guess.
I know. I don't know how far to go. That's why I'm like nervous.
Right. But like, he's very passionate, and he just wants to do the right thing. He doesn't want people to hurt each other, and he doesn't, even he will when he has to, but I relate to that a lot, I guess. So, and then
Very cool.
Donnie? Oh boy. This is a hard one, man.
It is. Which Donnie do you want? Do you want the guy that can invent something out of a paperclip and a tub of glue?
Yeah, see,
it's
MacGyver, Donnie.
right. They kind of went overboard with some of those, especially in the 2014 movie and stuff. Like, I'm a big super nerd and I got glasses, and it's like, oh, come on, dude.
Yeah.
That's not funny. Aspects of that are in the IDW stuff too, but I think in 2012 the cartoony went a little bit too like I was kind of a jerk at times, and and I get it, they're teenagers, they're brothers, and that's kind of how they do their thing. But I think my favorite Donnie would probably have to be the 2003 show. I think they gave him some good heart there, but yet he's just kind of like, don't worry, guys, I got this, with a little smirk on his face. So,
like that.
Yeah, that was hard, man. I've never done that before. So,
That's good, man. Plus, I think you brought up a good point. Like I think that's what they're so vastly different in characters, but they all have that big heart, and it's how they choose to show it in the comics. That's what defines them, Yeah. They just all every single one of them, they just have a big old heart.
Well, that's just it. It's not like, other than maybe Raph a little bit, they're not like looking for a fight. They're fighting because they have to, or because they, I guess, sort of because they want to, but they feel obligated because no one else is going to do it.
That isn't something that's always portrayed as well. I think it gets sort of lost, like. Because maybe it's just because like, oh, that's what they are, or maybe it's because they're branded as the Ninja Turtles, and that like that's because they're bred to fight.
Hero Turtles for England.
Yeah. So I'm not sure, but it just seems like sometimes they just skip like. I really liked the whole. Hey, like we're just wanting to see like. That was one of the other things that I liked about the Michael Bay movies, where they're standing, on boxes and stuff, looking out the drains, like using mirrors to look into the TVs and stuff, like just wanting to experience the world around them, but knowing they can't go out because they won't be accepted. Like seeing that kind of thing, like trying to be like, because I think everyone at some point in life feels a little bit like an outcast, and they can sort of identify with, the loneliness that you can sometimes feel, when you're an outsider, or especially as a nerd, sometimes you get sort of, oh, you like this thing, so you're not as popular or something. But, and that can be kind of lonely feeling sometimes. So like just knowing like that kind of out, how far they are removed from, hiding and just trying to still experience the world around them, like seeing that kind of thing, I think it gives them more heart and shows that. But you don't see it because they just jump straight to the fighting so often. Like it's like, no, they're doing that because it's like you really almost need to see, because it's so much of like a kid's cartoon and stuff oftentimes, but you really need to see like just how bad crime is. Like, look at how bad things are, like drugs, just the city at war, just sort of like, just how the world is today, like shootings and everything else like this. Like, and then all of a sudden, they're sitting there with their little mirrors watching the TV every day. They see something pop up on the news, another thing, and then they're like, Master Splinter, we have the training, we should do something. Or they see a mugging, and it's like, we should do something, and then Splinter's like, no, you wouldn't be accepted, and like that, having that war there, like it's something that they should explore more. It's like they don't build that up enough, like they just skip it.
That was a solid breakdown of that 10-second scene, D. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
I never really thought of it that way. Nice.
Well,
nice.
And that too, I think, I guess it's kind of steering a little off topic, but with their flair and their different looks in those movies, whether you liked them or not, I mean, if you honestly had some teenagers who were forced to live in the sewer, and all they had to do was practice, ninjutsu every day. And, they are looking out, and they're looking through mirrors, and they're watching Ain't No Holla Back Girl, and they're, they're going,
that was good, bro.
Yeah, thanks. They're like, I want to do those things, like,
Yeah.
and they're going to put little individual things because it's their personality and stuff. Now, I mean, maybe all the other versions, Splinter's like, no, that's not how you look. You look like this with the elbow pads and the wrist pads, and But these versions, they're given a little bit of freedom, kind of do what they want.
And that is something cool that developing personality. That was something that I kind of liked. While it may not have been executed, in the right way, but these are people, and clothes are oftentimes an extension of personality. I know people that only wear black because that's what they like, or that's what they think they look good in. There are people that always wear hats. There are people that wear glasses. There are some people that wear glasses because they want to hide their face, and they think because they think it looks trendy. So there's plenty of reasons, but everyone does something to feel. And that's something that the Michael Bay movies are unique in. They are doing things to stand out other than just the colored masks or the belt emblems and things like that. And
for sure,
they're people. They're gonna want to learn and do and become their own thing. Like people, their weapons and their masks are not their only way of expressing themselves. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure why I got on that rant, but
conversation, man. Yeah, conversation.
It's all good, bro. It was solid.
But anyway, I mean,
No, it was good though. I mean, I really never looked at that 10-second scene and pulled that out of it, but that's pretty good, dude. I like that. You broke it down. You took it from a movie, something we both like, and turned it into everyday society. So, I mean, that's why we're all here too. That's why we're talking about this.
Exactly.
Yep. I mean,
but you're trying to pull a super team out of every aspect. I'm still thinking here. Keep talking, fellas. Keep talking.
If I had to choose mine, let's see. I haven't read pretty much any of the Mirage comics. I know of them. I've seen panels, but I haven't actually read any pages. I haven't got my hands on it, unfortunately.
Oh, dude, come borrow mine.
All right, I'm leaving.
Color no, Jeremy's out now. That's your roots, cuz.
And Jeremy just left the call. Oh.
Keep going, sorry.
So I wouldn't probably go there because I don't know enough about them. I know enough to be able to talk, but that's about it. And then I think I agree with some of the things that some of the ones that Jeremy picked. I think I would pick that Raph, the 80s movie Raph. I think that was a good representation of him. I would pick the 2012 version of Mikey, though. The cartoon. I think that just, like I said, that opening scene with him eating the pizza sold it. Plus, I mean, there was so many good parts with him in it, like him making Ice Cream Kitty, him putting on that fly suit, buzz, and just like that whole scene, and then the Dimension X scene, whatever planet that was, where he's literally the Zen Master Mikey, that whole part was awesome.
Don't forget about the RPG episode. Come on, man.
Oh yeah. The RPG episode was a lot of fun.
He named everything.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was the best. That he was the namer of every super villain.
Yes.
And the rest of the brothers were just like, all right, that works.
All right, that works. Yeah, he named everything.
I still don't understand how Dog Pound went to Razar. They kind of pushed it a little bit. I went back and watched that episode 4 times.
It's just how does it go to Razar? Dog Pound to Razar? I don't know, but we'll go with it. Because you're trying to make it
cooler than Dog Pound, though.
Oh,
yeah, for sure. And then, I think when he named the one dude Spider Bites, get it? Because he's a spider and he bites.
What was that dude's name? Something Black?
Oh, that was funny, but
Oh, Lewis Black.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right on, bro. Yeah, he was funny. Had a good voice for that character.
Kung Fu Frogs.
Yes, Kung Fu Frogs. What are you, some kind of Kung Fu Frogs?
I really liked their adaptation of Worm into Turtles in Space. That was awesome.
Oh, yes. I don't think I got. I don't think I missed. I think I missed that episode. There are
spoilers.
Hey,
sorry.
There are a few episodes that my DVR did not catch, and because I was recorded them all, and then we would just binge watch them.
Good boy.
So, and then
please watch the In Space version.
I did.
Awesome. Good.
Because I had David Tennant as Fugitoid.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah, so that was really cool. We watched that. I saw Luna and Raph meet.
Mona Lisa?
Yeah, Mona Lisa. That's what I meant. I'm thinking of
I got you, bro.
the Lunatacs. I'm thinking Thundercats for a second. Yeah. Yeah, Mona Lisa saw that episode. But yeah, then the DVR crapped out and we lost a bunch of them, and then I did see several episodes after that. So it's like, now I got to find a way to watch them. But I'll catch up eventually. Especially now that there's no new episodes coming out, I will definitely catch up. But yeah,
so we got that new thing called the interweb.
Yeah, exactly.
All you young kids.
So Raph from the '80s movie, Mikey from the 2012 show. I would say Leonardo from that 2007 TMNT movie, because that is supposed to be a sequel to the original movies. So he's been through everything. He's been through Shredder. He's been through all the lessons. He took his little sojourn. He has been through everything, basically to hell and back. And he's now a seasoned leader of the team. And I think he's going to have a lot of lessons to learn and become a more solid leader. So I think he will be a good leader to sort of keep an eye on for the team. So that might be a good one, especially since he's already, been through a lot of those things. So that Leonardo, and then Donatello is probably the hardest one. I like so many different ones, but I would probably choose the Donatello. I like the whole technology aspect, but I want him to be able to create stuff / do stuff.
Take the soft shell one. It's okay.
That one is really intriguing, but I will not pick it until I see it for myself. I'm interested into his storyline in the IDW stuff, but I have not caught up to where they are now. So I'm shy of issue 50 where the big stuff happens to him. I won't.
Okay.
I know what happens, but
everybody knows.
Yeah.
It was a news head.
Yeah. So it was everywhere, but I think I might have to go with probably my favorite movie, and that is the Donnie from Secret of the Ooze. And that is my favorite live action movie. Yeah. This market, it's really hard to find good subterranean housing.
Yeah, that's a funny Donnie. That's a good Donnie. Good call with that.
So I think it's funny. All right. So that's my team. And then Splinter, I would pick. You guys didn't pick Splinters, but I would pick.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Splinter. Oh.
I would pick the Splinter from the 2012 version.
Oh, interesting. Right on.
Yeah, I'd have to go with that one as well.
He seems like he seems like the one that would probably care the most.
Well, plus he can fight.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he can.
Right, and he died in the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Right.
That's hardcore Splinter.
Yeah, he is.
If you're mentioning Secret of the Ooze, I'm just going to pick that Splinter because that's like the fun grandpa one.
I
made another funny.
Yes. 10 flips now!
He was losing his mind a little bit by that point.
Yeah.
That was the senile Splinter.
Well, he had been chained up and abused by Shredder. Plus, that is the rat version, so, he didn't probably have as much as intelligence as the other version.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
and he had to put up with that punk ass Danny. He sucked.
Yeah. Well, in the 2012 one, was he evolved from a rat? Mutated from a rat?
2012?
No, he was a
human, right? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was pretty sure that pretty much every version except for IDW, the original comics, and the movie, a rat. He was a rat.
Say it again?
Or he was a human first, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I said it backwards.
No, you're good. You're good. I got you. Yep.
Well, the 2003 followed the comics.
2003,
so,
he was a rat too, yeah, that's right.
yeah. Which, I mean, in all honesty, I know that's the original, but come on. A rat studying ninjutsu from a cage.
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I expect me to beat these guys.
I think it's more compelling to have him be the human that becomes the rat, because he has a personal grudge against, like, the way they fleshed out that grudge between him and Hamato and Orokusaki in the 2012 version, like, with him and, well, even the IDW comics with him against Shredder, and, you know, like, his family was killed, and, like, you know, like, his daughter was taken, and, you know, like, all that stuff, like, the way they fleshed out those storylines and sort of stuff like that, like, I know the IDW didn't mention the daughter per se, at least I don't recall it doing that, but anyway, you know, the way that is a direct grudge, like, oh, you killed my master, now I'm gonna chew off your face. Oh, you chewed off my face. No,
yeah. See, and even in the original comics, they kind of, like, it was like a guy through a guy through a guy.
Yeah.
Like, the original comics, they mentioned Shredder's brother, who was a Rokunagi, and he's the one who had the issue with Hamato Yoshi, and they had the fight, and then Hamato Yoshi killed a Rokunagi, so Orokusaki killed Hamato Yoshi, and then since he died, Splinter came back and went to kill the Shredder. Actually had his sons do it. So,
yeah.
I mean, that was pretty convoluted from the beginning, but...
Exactly. I'm glad you explained it, because I was going to try this Nagi dude. No, yeah, that's why it's wild, yeah. But that's your different adaptations and, like, how things come to be. But people forget the roots, and, yeah, it was actually Shredder's brother. Thanks for bringing that up, Jeremy. I forgot all about that.
But then that's where, like, you can everyone... That's a perfect example where everyone loves the Mirage comics, the original Mirage comics. But there's a perfect example of that origin story. It's a little convoluted, but not as clean as, or as compelling as, you know, some of the newer version. So, I mean, there's hope, right? There's hope.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, yeah.
I mean, even...
you know, I was saying, a lot of us kind of look at our favorite version through rose-colored glasses, you know, or even anything from the past. It's like, well... No, you know, because some people say that original cartoon was so awesome. It's like, okay, yeah, it's what got me into the Turtles. There's some really good stuff in it, but have you ever tried to watch some of those episodes recently?
Yeah, have you
rewatched
it?
You think a monster can come out of a meatball if you put it in the microwave?
It's kind of rough a little bit.
Just saying, bro. Spoiler.
Yeah.
I know, I was getting frustrated.
Oh,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, can you imagine, like, adapting that to other storylines, too? Like, imagine John Wick, but he dies, and his puppy has watched him and learned to gunfight from him, and then gets mutated into a man and goes out for revenge.
Yeah.
It totally works, dude. You know it. Stop bashing it.
Yeah, I would still watch that movie.
And then he trains 4 small cats.
Yeah.
No, lizards.
My master was killed.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
those
man.
cats turn into robots and make Voltron.
Yes, that works.
Keep going. Just keep going with this.
Yes, this could work. Oh man. So hey, let's move on to our next thing. We have a game for you guys. And
I like games.
This is a game to test the knowledge of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Uh-oh.
Damn it, I lost. Jeremy wins. I'm hanging up.
So I'm going to let Bo explain the game because I'm not going to explain it very well. So take it away, Bo.
No, it's actually structured for, different knowledge levels so anybody could win. Except now, like, listening to everybody talk, I think every single one of these questions is probably too easy, but we're going to still go with it. But I don't know if anyone is familiar with the original 50s game show, 21. They made a movie out of it called Quiz Show. It was rigged. It was a great drama. Anyway.
Cool. Bring it on.
You were giving a point system from 1 to 11, the 1 being the easiest question, 11 being the hardest question. You pick whatever you want. First person to 21 wins. If you miss a question, you lose that point value. If you gain it, obviously you get that point value. So conceivably, you could win in 2 questions, except they're going to be really hard questions, or maybe not.
Or maybe not.
it'll be the one thing like I have no knowledge of or something.
So
and it'll be like a one. Damn it.
Yeah. Dustin, can you keep score? Just to keep
Yep.
track.
Keeping score.
Who wants to go first? I don't. It's
Needs me for beauty. Go ahead, Jeremy.
I love it. I'll take it. All right. So I got to pick a number.
Yeah, 1 to 11.
1 to 11.
Depending on, it's your choice. Pick your skill set.
My brain says go to number 7 first.
You want a 7-level question? All right.
Yes.
Let's see. Name the accessories that came with the original Playmates, Casey Jones.
Ooh. Well, he had a golf bag
Mm-hmm.
and baseball bat and hockey. Oh, no, it was a golf club. It was a golf club. And maybe it was 2 baseball bats. Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Yes. I was going to have to be like, no.
I had to make sure. I'm like, I believe it was 2 baseball bats.
That's correct. You were correct, sir. 7 points.
Okay. Woohoo!
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
What do you want?
Well, we all know there's 5 turtles. No, I'm just kidding. There's only 4. But I'm going to go to 5-point question.
5-point question.
Hashtag Venus. Another show, guys.
Let's see. In the original drawing of the first Ninja Turtle, what weapon or weapons was he holding?
Was which, like all the turtles holding?
No, the original drawing.
Oh, yeah, the clunky turtle. He had some nunchucks strapped to the front of his forearms.
Correct.
I believe that it was Michelangelo, the first turtle.
Correct. 5 points.
Thank you, sir. That was a cool little toy, too.
Yeah, if anybody wants to send that to me, my address is...
They're kind of hard to find right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have it either. That was a cool toy. Cool concept.
Okay, what points does you want?
Oh, yeah. Ooh. All right. I'm going to go crazy. Give me an 8.
Oh, an 8. Okay.
I'm scared, though.
You got this.
What fast food chain released episodes on VHS for distribution?
Of the cartoon, right?
Yes, the original cartoon.
That would have been Burger King.
That is correct.
That is correct.
That is correct. 8 points.
That was a good one. That was tough because people probably would have said like Pizza Hut or Domino's, but I remember those.
Right.
Yeah, Pizza Hut would have.
Kids Club.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All right. I will take. Oh man.
Yeah, got to think strategically on this.
I know. He's blowing me. Give me a 10-point shot.
Oh! To tie it up.
Oh, let me get one of these. 10 points. All right. Eastman and Laird got the seed money to produce the original comics from what 2 sources?
I hate you, Kyle. Oh man, I know this. I thought they borrowed it from. I can't remember. I fail. -5. I know.
Yeah, minus unfortunately back down to 0. A tax refund and a loan from Eastman's uncle.
Damn it!
You had it in your memory, yeah.
Yeah, I would have ruined that one too. So.
And that was the 10.
It's out there somewhere. Yeah, I have the big boy.
Now I'm scared. Those upper number ones are scaring me.
Those are rough.
All right, let's see here. How about I'm gonna go with a 6.
Well, what does that put him at?
It would put him at 21.
Oh, would it?
6, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. All right.
Scary.
It's gonna be scary.
Okay. True or false? Corey Haim was paid $1,500 to voice Donatello in the first live-action movie.
False.
Correct.
It would have been Corey Feldman, and I don't think that was the right amount of money.
Unfortunately, it's false, but it was Corey Feldman, but he only did get paid $1,500.
That's it.
Oh, for real? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got shafted.
Oh man.
Thanks,
But-
bro.
Correct.
You
That was
got
a
all
good
the
Donnie
drugs.
voice. Just give him a little taste. We finished the movie. I'm a fan of Jerry's. Like, this dude knows his stuff for sure.
And I never thought it would pay off until now.
Wait, go back in time and tell yourself, all this is going to pay off.
Right.
You're going to win a contest on a
Yes.
podcast.
Yes.
You get nothing.
I love it.
You get the pride.
And then I
But
think
yeah,
you just...
we are impressed, man. And both of y'all. I'm thoroughly impressed because I had to admit, a lot of the questions y'all were just casually talking about like during the show, and I was just like, well,
Scratch
there's that one.
off.
There's that one.
This useless knowledge came in handy.
Impressed.
It was really
But
good.
there's got to be other people out there like us that like, yeah.
Oh, dude,
That's what I'm talking about.
there's
Yeah.
people that school me in the turtle group all the time.
Really? You get pinged every once in a while, huh?
Oh yeah, like there's
That's great.
especially like the toy guys, man. There's some toy people that really know
dude.
their stuff.
Mhm.
So I gotta ask them. I have my go-to guys. Like,
There you go.
Hey man, what is this? What is this?
Well, you knocked
did
it
I
out,
ask
that
you that
Casey
toy
Jones
question?
question. That was perfect.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
Too bad.
I
I
like
would have said a hockey stick myself.
You know,
So that was
he
good.
should have. He should have.
Yeah, you should have.
I was surprised he didn't, really.
Mhm.
But yeah, 2 baseball bats. I mean, it was kind of awkward the way they fit into the golf bag, and the way the bats were sort of molded. You had to like stick them in handle first in order for them to fit. But,
Right.
Well, it was one baseball bat, one Jose Canseco bat. Get
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Tell me, you didn't pay money for this.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great. Oh man, this has been a lot of
Well, that
fun,
was
you
fun.
guys. I
hope
really
there's a part
appreciate
2
you
to
guys
this
coming on.
podcast.
What's
Oh
that?
yeah.
A secret of the used version.
Yeah. A Secret
No,
of the Shadows version. Or Out of the Ooze. Well, maybe we'll call it Out of the Ooze.
I like it. Done.
Oh, man. But real quick, we want to plug Jeremy has a podcast where he talks about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe stuff. And Jeremy, go ahead
Cool.
and tell everybody about that awesome podcast you have going on.
Awesome, maybe. It's me and my buddy Steve. We talk about anything under the sun with He-Man. Yes, there is current stuff coming out in the form of comics and action figures. There is a Power Con every year, and I'm actually going to it this year. So if there's any He-Man fans out there that might be heading out to California in August, I will be there. It's called the Podcasters of the Universe.
Oh, cool.
We don't claim to be the most knowledgeable, and I swear, like, I don't have the knowledge that I have of turtles. So, for He-Man. So, basically, what our whole point is kind of just like going to the beginning and like rediscovering everything again as adults. So, going through the original toys and the mini comics, and we catch up on current news, and we have a little fun section in the middle where we it's called Random DUMB topic or ideas where we kind of make stupid stuff up. For example, one episode we decided to like if the He-Man characters had regular day jobs, what would they be? Or if they were your stereotypical like high school clique, but we used, for example, Saved by the Bell. So we had different characters, who would be Screech, who would be Zach. So we're goofy, and we naturally started.
I love that.
We naturally started to. We were reading the mini comics and reviewing them, because each figure came with a comic back in the day. If for those that don't know, and so we're reading each one. Well, we started doing voices for them as we went along on accident. So if you want to catch a really crappy version of Skeletor, that's me. And a really awesome version of He-Man, that's my buddy Steve. So yeah, check it out. What's that?
Skeletor. He's like, ya boob? I always like to call guys boobs. Classic.
Awesome. Oh man, well, I appreciate you guys coming out here and
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
and
Lots
chatting.
of fun, man.
It's been so much fun. And We'll drop all the links below for you guys to check out all the stuff we talked about and more. Tune in next time. And I've been Dustin.
I've been Bo.
And have a good one.
Later, guys.
Booyakasha.
Cowabunga.
Boo!